I want to. There's one other thing that I want to pick on before we sort of wrap things up, and
Pick
you know,
on's a
we've.
way of putting it.
Sorry.
Pick on is a funny expression.
Well, pick on because I'm
No,
so
no, no.
fascinated by this. Your work, especially for teenagers that are transitioning into these Ivy League schools, into their tertiary education and just adulthood in general, have so much pressure on them, especially post-pandemic, if I can say we're post-pandemic. I'm curious to know if there are any kind of tips, tricks, or mindfulness strategies that you can um, recommend that the parents specifically can use with their kids, maybe as a bonding exercise, or just for the kids themselves to allow themselves permission to exist as opposed to constantly achieve.
Yeah, well, that one's going to be a tricky one depending on what kind of environment, how competitive the environment you're coming from
That's
is,
true.
right? And how open your mind is and who your parents are. So it's a tricky one. So that's complicated. It's an individual thing, in general. But
Sure.
specifically, that's the importance of, even girls. I'm always like, more careful because I playfully say you just got to stay away from serial killers. But being able to have dinner by yourself, all these kids, they don't have experiences by themselves in their own energy, in their own skin. So I'm always coaching everybody to be able to do things solo occasionally, like go have a
Mm-hmm.
drink at a bar if they're, if they're old enough or whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
or,
Mm-hmm.
order a
Cup of
burger.
tea. Yeah.
Yeah, a cup of
Yeah.
tea or a coffee. Yeah, go grab a coffee. One of the kids, some of the kids like in high school, if they're not into coffee, I have them do, 10 different slices of pizza in 10 different pizza restaurants in their whole area.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because
Okay.
then they can do a date and they're a pro. Like, what I mean? They've been to 10 different pizza places. They know where to take the girl for the best pizza, right? So,
I love that. I love that.
so mixing it up is a big,
Inquire.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, so mixing it up is huge.
Yeah. And I love that. Inquirer Rachel says, "Go to the movies alone." I am a huge person
Yes,
about that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Go to
Yeah.
the movies alone. I've learned to love these things, and what these kids do, they've never done it. It's like,
Yeah.
when some of the kids come and visit, they've never been on a plane alone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's unbelievable. So they just having experiences solo can really help you build that healthy self-esteem and get comfortable in your own energy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I love that so much. Yeah, but I go on me dates all the time, much to the bemusement of my fiance. He doesn't quite understand it, but I'm like, listen, I'm gonna take me out because whatever, you're busy or you're boring me today. But you're right. It starts and ends with yourself. If you don't love yourself, you cannot give love.